Hi, I'm Christine Cushing, and welcome to another helping of my favorite foods. Everyone's on a mission to find the perfect roast chicken, that crispy, golden, juicy bird. So get ready for my do's and don'ts on how to perfect your chicken roasting skills simply. Let's go. Step one of the roasted chicken, of course, is selecting a great chicken. I can't emphasize that enough. So befriend a butcher, find a farmer if you can. You got to know where your chicken is coming from. Those factory farm birds are just not going to cut it. So I have a beautiful 4-pound, roughly a kilo, 1.8 kilo bird here. When you get the bird from the supermarket or wherever you're going to buy it, it usually comes in some kind of plastic wrap. You want to take it out of that plastic wrap because to get a crisp bird, you want to remove that moisture. So what happens? In the plastic wrap, the bird just sits in the juices and it prevents the skin from crisping. I said this was going to be a simple roast chicken. This is one of the things that I love to do to add a bit more flavor. So you see what I'm doing? I'm putting my fingers between the skin and the meat, and that's going to create a little pocket. Putting anything on top is not actually making the bird juicier. That's really a myth. You are going to get color and it will be crispy, but in order to get that juiciness inside, we're going to put the butter underneath the skin. That's what I just did. So I want to keep my hands washed, but why don't I want to wash my chicken? It seems that that's a kind of a thing. You do not want to wash your chicken in water. I don't know when that became a thing, but what happens if I'm going to put this bird underwater now and then try to cook it? Why am I doing that? The water's not going to rinse off any kind of bacteria I think is going to be there. It's going to be the heat that's going to do that. Okay, what am I going to put on it? Simple. I like thyme, but I think herbs and chicken are really a great marriage. Roast chicken in particular. Tarragon is also very French. Ooh, tarragon would be fantastic. But I'm trying to keep it super easy. So we got a chicken. We got some herbs, a little bit of butter. Now, you know there's going to be a lemon in here somewhere because I can't do it. I just cannot go lemonless. So I'm going to give you a twofer on the lemon. A little bit of zest. And I'm going to cut the lemon into quarters. What I do when I'm salting my chicken is I actually use kosher salt. That's really a great salt. And I mix my salt and pepper together before I start touching the bird, because then your hands get all mucky. I'm going to give that a little shake so my salt and pepper are blended in. Now mixing the butter with the lemon zest and the herbs. Oven is preheating. My temperature of choice is 400 degrees Fahrenheit with a fan or convection on. So this is another do. You want high heat to keep the moisture in and get that super golden crispy skin. Seasoning, don't be afraid. Inside, I'm going to throw the 2 lemon wedges in there. And now butter under the skin. Okay, so I just press down a little bit like this, and because I use my fingers to go through, I'm making that space for the butter. I want to do this gently. So now that the butter is in there under the skin, remember that's optional. To truss or not to truss, that is the question. I'm a bit torn on the trussing, to be honest, because what happens with the trussing, I'm going to show you my simple method. This is kind of just a mini truss. So you don't need too long of a piece of butcher's twine like this. I tuck the wings under. I put the butcher's twine underneath the wings. And then I come in here between the legs like this. So it's not really a true truss, but it's easy. And it just helps to give the bird a little bit of shape. So you see how I wrap that around twice? I don't actually go around the bottom. So it's very simple. the breast tends to cook more quickly by the time the leg is done. So this helps to kind of streamline it a little bit, but it does take a bit of effort. So I'm not going to use all of this on the outside to get even more of that golden hue and the herb flavor, right? Now I want to salt liberally all around before I put it into the roasting pan. By putting the salt high up like this, it kind of deflects and you don't get puddles of salt. But we want to make sure we get all around. It's all about what are you going to roast it in. I have a beautiful roasting pan here, and it's great to elevate the chicken. So if you don't have a rack, what I generally do is I just put some veggies on the bottom there, and that keeps the chicken elevated. So that, why do we want it elevated? Because the heat's going to circulate around and you're going to get a better, more even cooked under, over, all of those things. And this is a perfect size for this bird. You don't want a massive roasting pan. You don't want a tiny one. This is all perfect in here. I just want to add a little bit of olive oil to the veggies just so they don't stick by the time that butter renders down. Just a little bit. A teeny bit of the seasoning on these veggies. And I'm estimating about an hour, but you definitely want to keep your eye on it, spin it around, and you need to get your thermometer ready. Let's go to the bubble cam. Look at that. Chicken is cooked when the thermometer inserted into the thigh reads 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at this. Is this not a prize chicken? So I promise you the perfectly roasted chicken, my do's and don'ts. One of the big do's is you must rest the bird. So this has been resting for 20 minutes. So 20 minutes resting with nothing on top, because if you put foil or whatever on there, it's going to start steaming. And then guess what? We did all that work to get the crispy skin, and then you just went and made it soggy. Had to tell you that. So let me just take this baby off now. The smell is intoxicating. I'm not gonna lie. And here's the thing. Don't tell me that that rotisserie chicken from the grocery store even holds a candle to this. I mean, come on. If you're saying yes it does, I'm gonna have to come over there and arm wrestle you. Look at this, it's amazing. Forget that rotisserie chicken from the grocery store. Forget it. All right, let's slice this baby open. That little insurance policy of putting the butter under the skin, that gave me a little bit more time. So I actually cooked it to 170 instead of 165 to make sure that that breast meat is moist, but to make sure that the legs are cooked. Who wants white meat? It's amazing how hot this still is after 20 minutes. Look at that. So essentially, when you're taking the breast off, you just want to cut through and then you're actually just pulling away. So you don't want to mess with it too much. It's still pretty hot actually, 20 minutes later. So how I like to serve it is I cut it up into pieces and I put it back in my roasting pan, because look at all of these amazing juices and those incredible veggies. Who wants roasted chicken? I do. Look at this baby. Golden, juicy, crispy. That is one delicious bird. The simplicity, but the amazingness of this bird is gonna knock your socks off. Thank you so much for joining me on a golden, juicy helping of my favorite foods. Please try the roast chicken. Please join me next time for another episode of My Favorite Foods. Like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Who's having more fun in the kitchen? Huh? See ya.